Hello, dear beholders. Assalamu alaikum. Hope you are passing an enticing moment with the members of your family by staying at home safe and sound. I am fine too. Dear beholders, this is Muhammad Yaqub Ali, an English teacher of Ashraf Abad High School, Babylon, Dhaka. Today, I am extremely happy to be in front of you again with an important and significant topic named tag question. It is important especially for the students of class 9 and 10. So please be with me. Try to watch the video from the very beginning to the end of the video, and I think you will be benefited a lot. And today I will try my level best to make you understand by giving all the rules of tag question. Okay, dear beholders, come to the point. Today's topic is tag question. Dear beholders, you know it well that tag question is tagged at the end of a sentence. It is of two types. The first one is affirmative and the second one is negative. Okay, dear learners, come to the point. Tag question. Tag question. If I give you two examples, it will be clear to you. He has done the work. Number two, he hasn't finished yet. Dear learners, there are some rules and regulations of doing that question. After comma, you will take the auxiliary verb. Here you can see that has is an auxiliary verb. So at first you will take has. There is no negative word or no or not in the sentence, so you will take not. Of course, you will take the constructed form, contracted form of not. Okay. Then subject. Subject is he. Of course, you will give an underline of the tag question. Number two, here is has. I can see that here is not in the sentence. So, in the time of doing tag question, you should not add any negative word. Okay. So then you will take subject. This is the tag question of these two sentences. Dear learners, please listen to me and try to maintain that if the main sentence is affirmative, then you will do the tag question negative. If the main sentence is negative, then you have to do the tag question affirmative. So, I can clearly tell you that tag questions are of two types, affirmative and negative. Dear learners, another thing to be remembered that if the subject is noun, you have to take pronoun form of the noun. If the noun is male, you have to take he instead of the male. If the noun is female, you have to take she instead of the female. And if the noun is a thing, then you have to take it. And if the subject is plural number, plural noun, undoubtedly you have to take they instead of the noun. Okay? Dear learners, now I would like to make you understand by giving some examples. Okay? Example number one, Shamim is a good student. Okay, dear learners. Here you can see that there is in the sentence, and is the auxiliary verb here. So after comma you will take the auxiliary verb. Then if you find the sentence affirmative, you have to take not to make the text negative. Okay? Here is no not or negative word, so you will take here not, isn't it? Then you have to take subject. Dear learners, you can see that there is Shamim. Shamim is the name of a male boy or male student. So you can take here he. Underline. If I write example number 2, Shamima loves flowers a lot. Dear learners, you can see that there is no auxiliary verb in the sentence. So you have to take do, does or did according to the form of the verb. Loves, there is s after love. So you have to take does. There is no negative word or not in the sentence, so you will take here not. Doesn't. Then you have to take the subject Shamima. You know it well that Shamima is the name of a female, of a girl. So in the state of a female, you have to take she. If I give you example number 3, Shamim and Shamima are friends. Here you can see that there is a verb are, so you have to take the auxiliary verb are here. There is no not, no or negative word in the sentence, so you have to take not, and then you have to take subject Shamima, Shamim and Shamima. They are plural number, they are 2 in number, and that's why in case of plural number you have to take they. See the answer. Dear learners, today I am interested to give you only 5 rules for 5 marks. So be careful and try to watch the video, and I think you will be benefited undoubtedly. Okay. Dear learners, if you find nobody, no one, none, somebody, someone, everybody, everyone, all, the rich, the poor, the pious, the brave, the industrious, the English, the friends, if you find any of them at the beginning of the sentence as a subject, you can take they instead of that word. Okay? Please come to the point. I will like to give you an example. Example number 1. Everybody wants to succeed. Succeed. Dear learners, you can see that there is no auxiliary verb in the sentence. So you have to take one. You can see here worms, s. So you can take here does. Okay? Does. There is no or not in the sentence, so you have to take not. And the subject is everybody. Already I have told you that if you find nobody, no one, none, somebody, someone, everybody, everyone, all, the rich, the poor, the pious, the brave, the industrious, the English, the friends, any of them at the beginning of the sentence as a subject, you can take they instead of that very word. So they is the subject. Dear learners, you can see that they has been subject. So after they, you cannot use does. Okay, you will use have to. So don't they is the right answer here. Okay. If I give you another example, example number 2, the brave deserve the fair. Dear learners, you can see that there is deserve. Deserve is the main verb of the sentence. So, in case of main verb, you can take do if the verb is in present form. Do. There is no not or no negative word in the sentence. So you can take here not. Of course, you have to take the contracted form. Okay? Don't. Then subject the brave. Already I have told you that in case of a state of the brave, you can take here they. Okay? So they is the subject here. So this is the right answer. Dear learners, now I would like to make you understand about another rule. The second rule is that if any sentence contains some negative words like scarcely, hardly, rarely, barely, little, few, too, dash, dash, too, seldom, you know it well that these words are quite negative. So whenever you will find these words in any sentence, that very sentence must be in negative form. So you have to make the tag question affirmative. Please come to the example to be clear. He hardly comes here. Dear beholders, you can see that there is S. Okay. So in a state of S, you will take does. And here, hardly is quite a negative word. So in the state, you can see that here is negative word. So the sentence is of course negative. And you have to make the tag question affirmative. That means you should not take here not. Okay? Subject is he. So does he is the right answer. Does he? Another example, if I give you, it will be very much clear to you to understand. Okay? He is too fat to move. Okay, dear learners, here is the auxiliary verb, so I will take it. There is two and two, and this sentence is undoubtedly a negative one. So that's why you should not take any negative word here. Okay, is he? Okay, dear learners, if I come to rule number 3, if you find any complex sentence, that means if any sentence contains if, when, as, since, though, although, so, that, okay, then you have to make tag of the principal clause. Principal clause, that means the clause which has its own meaning, which doesn't depend on other clauses for its meaning. Okay, if you come to an example, I think it will be clear for you. So please be with me, and I will try my level best to make you understand that question in a better way. Okay? Okay, dear learners, when the sun had set, I return. Dear learners, you can see that there are two subjects and two verbs. Okay, two verbs and two subjects. So whenever you will find this type of sentence, you will be puzzled. But I would like to make it clear that whenever you will find two subjects and two verbs in a sentence, you have to find out the principal clause. That means the clause which will not depend on other clauses for its meaning. So I return. This is the principal clause. Because please come to the reality. Suppose I have deleted this part of the sentence. Can you express the full meaning of this part? When the sun had set, what happened then? You can't express the meaning of the sentence. But if I deleted, I returned. I came back. It has a personal meaning of its own. So you have to make that question of this sentence. Okay? So return is in past form. That's why you will take B. There is not and subject I, didn't I, is the right answer. Okay. Dear learners, rule number 4. If you find imperative sentence, you have to make that question very easily. If you find imperative sentence, you have to make that questions by adding will not, will you, or won't you. If the imperative sentence is affirmative, then you can take won't you. And if the imperative sentence is negative, you can take will you. Okay. Example: come here. Come here. This is imperative sentence because the subject you is silent here. So verb is, so take question will be, won't. Won't you. This is the take question. If you find don't run in the sun. In the sun. Okay. So this is negative sentence. In this case, you will take will. Dear learners, if you find let us, okay, let us have a work. Have a work. In this case, you can take shall we. You have to memorize it. That in case of let us, you have to take shall we. Okay, dear learners, come to the next example. Dear learners, mind it, only a noun or a pronoun can be a subject. Without noun or pronoun, no other word can be a subject or an object. So if you don't find any subject or noun or pronoun at the beginning of a sentence or before the verb, that very word you should not consider as a subject. In that case, you will take won't you or will you. Example: they have a cup of tea. Dear learners, here is have is a verb. So everybody, I think many of you will consider them as a subject. But no, this is not subject, my dear, this is a verb. An adverb can't be a subject of a sentence. Okay, mind it. So this is imperative sentence, and the tag question will be won't you. Won't you? I think you have been able to understand me clearly. Dear learners, if I make you understand another thing, if you find nothing, something, anything, everything at the very beginning of a sentence or before a verb, you have to take it instead of nothing, something, or anything. Example: nothing happened. Dear learners, happened is past form, so you will take here did. There is nothing. Nothing is a negative word, so you should not take here not. Okay, you have to take it instead of nothing. So did it is the right answer here. Okay. Inshallah, dear learners, I will finish it by giving an example. One of the pens writes well. Dear learners, can you see writes is a verb and there is s after the verb? That's why you will take a do does. There is no not, so doesn't. And one of the pens means one pen. Dear learners, I would like to make you understand by giving some extra words that if you find the subject bigger, then you will take the word before preposition as a subject. So one is a subject because one is before of preposition. So one is subject here. One of the pens means one pen. Okay? So doesn't it? So you may find a bigger subject in a sentence. You have to think that before the preposition, the subject can take place. Another thing is that if you do Bengali, then you will find the subject the word which will come the last will be the subject. Okay, dear learners, I don't want to prolong my speech anymore. Inshallah, I will be with you. I am coming very soon with another class. Till then, take care and don't go out from your residence without some precautionary measures, without taking some precautionary measures, because we know that COVID-19 pandemic has become one of the worst situations in the world, and so we must try to maintain the rules and regulations of COVID-19. Okay, take care. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.